Welcome to the Caribbean Immigrant. And this is an on-site edition of Caribbean Immigrant. So I'm super excited about it. Season 2, I'm doing many more in-person interviews of the Caribbean Immigrant. Welcome again to the Caribbean Immigrant. I am Kamala Aaron, and the Caribbean Immigrant is the podcast that tells the stories of people who leave the shores of the Caribbean for the hustle of the developed world. In other words, they leave crystal waters for the concrete jungle. And the person who's pulling up to the Caribbean Immigrant today is none other than Fitzroy Augustus, better known as Kojack.
Also Sunny.
Also Sunny.
Yeah.
From Dominica.
Yes, from Dominica.
And we are in New York, actually, in your radio station, VTJM. Thank you for pulling up to the Caribbean Immigrant.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure.
It's a
To be in
pleasure.
your company, yes.
No. First of all, let's talk about VTJM radio. Tell us about that.
And VTGM Radio is Victor, Troy, Joshua, Miracle. These are my 4 last kids. Right in and it's the evolution of internet radio.
Yes. And interestingly enough, you have a very, I think it's, for my part, from what I've heard, it's gaining some popularity. You have a very interesting show that you do every Monday, where you bring on Dominican artists.
Yes.
I have heard Wizard.
Yes.
I have heard Sandy.
Yes.
And
I see you've been following.
I am following the vibe.
Yeah,
Following the
yeah.
vibe. So I've heard also there's been Dice and other people
Yes.
coming through. So apparently the big guns of music coming through to VTJM radio.
Yes. We call it vibes in.
Vibe.
It's not some people use the word interview or we use vibes in where we just sit down and vibes.
Yeah.
Nothing like, ask, like shit question. We just vibes, and the whole mission of it is we embracing our artists, because most times people wait until you die to
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
So right now what we're doing is giving the legends their flowers. We had Levi Low Black, we had Chubby, next month we have in Gordon Henderson. So we have Colin XP tonight.
Right.
So we have Linford John.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of keeping the vibes with vibes in. Yes.
So the interviewer is going now to be the interviewee. We are the vibes with you on the
Right,
Caribbean Immigrant. So I start off the Caribbean Immigrant asking 5 rapid fire questions. So I ask them in
Okay.
quick succession and you give me your responses, right?
Okay.
So let's start with the first question, which is, what is your all-time favorite memory of the Caribbean?
Oh boy, growing up in the islands, my all-time favorite was playing soccer. Well, I'm originally from Murphy's Lane,
Mhm.
25 Murphy's Lane. Maybe 400-500 yards from the Princess Margaret.
Right.
And that's where I played. That's where I get the most licks for playing soccer. And when I was sent into the store, and I would you get the little back and neck thing, and you put it down by the goalpost, and it would defrost right there, just from playing ball. So that's my all time, and then later on I went to Bafestin, but growing up in Murphy's Lane was, yeah.
So you are from Rosum.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Caribbean saying?
My favorite Caribbean saying,
Like Sakafet.
oh, Sakafet, yeah, what was it? Oh, wow. My favorite, oh boy, that's a tough one because there's so many of them. I would say my favorite is, Anwali.
Ah,
Anwali.
Anwali. Who has the best Caribbean dialect? And give me your best.
I think and I love the Jamaican
You like
accent.
Jamaican.
And I love it. I love it. For some reason, I love it because I love it so much that I even own a Jamaican passport. I'm a Jamaican by citizen. Yes.
Oh, really?
Because my wife is Jamaican.
Got it.
I love the accent.
So give me a line. Give me a quintessential Jamaican line.
What the bumbo clat from you? Oh, you see.
Facts. Bumbleclat is Jamaican.
Yes, man.
Facts.
Yes, yeah.
I love it. What is your go-to Caribbean song?
I go to Caribbean song is Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Kaya. Got to have Kaya now. Yeah. Kaya, because I remember, growing up in the islands and that times used to I wouldn't even smoke. I used to eat with at the time if my girlfriend was concerned because, growing up, when it was like, she used to complain, she's like, yo, man, because they used to call me toujours rouge. My eyes was always red.
Always red.
I used to stay racist. So, yeah, Kaya was my favorite Marley song.
I love that.
Yes.
You still red, then?
Yes, it's still red.
Still red?
Toujours rouge. No, since I came to America almost 40 years ago, I stopped because of I remember going to look for some weed to smoke. When I asked the guy, he told me, yo, what are you looking for? Skunk? Hydro? I said, wait a minute. We'd have all these names there, bro. I said, back where I'm from, I know it have Sensimilia, which is the good stuff, and the bushel.
Right.
So when he said call his name, so I tell you know what? I'll take a pass. And that was it. Never touched that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It was too many names.
Right. That's a lot of discipline.
Yes.
And who is your favorite Caribbean artist?
My favorite, Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Marley. Followed by my Nasio Fountain. I like the conscious vibes.
Right.
But brother Bob, wow, Bob, Nasio. Well, that's reggae, but Cadas, Chubby.
Mm-hmm.
That's my boy. We had him live one day. That's my day. Yeah, I'm not goosebump when he came on the line. Oh, it's we have a legend like Chubby on your show.
I know. For sure.
Coco Sec.
Soliatalo.
Yes, man.
I know. Chubby's the man.
Yes.
And for people who are not from Dominica, Chubby, who is from Grand Bay and the lead of one of the biggest calypso bands of all time, okay? Midnight Groovers.
Yeah.
And Chubby is revered. Actually, I met somebody from St. Lucia.
Right.
He's a photographer, actually a very well-known photographer. He's done quite a number of celebrities. His name is Jeffrey Gamble, and he has shot Biggie and Tupac and like legends.
Yeah.
He's a photographer from St. Lucia, and we were talking, and he told me his favorite band of all time is the Midnight Groovers.
Yes, I'll tell you, the St. Lucians appreciate Chubby more than Dominicans, and it's no hands down.
Yeah.
Chubby's like a god in St. Lucia. They appreciate him more than Dominicans. Don't get me wrong, We love Chubby but the Lucians.
Yeah.
When Chubby performing in St. Lucia is like, hands down, they love him over there.
That's very interesting. Now we're going to get into the conversation, but before we start to know the history of your migration from Dominica to America, I want you to know that I have a little bit of PTSD being here.
Right.
The last time I was here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The last time I was here. Vibesing.
Yes.
With Kojack. Toujours. Apparently not so much anymore.
And you are the first ever person to be interviewed on VTGM Radio.
Really?
Yeah, that was April 19, 2019.
2019,
to be exact.
Yes.
April 19. So April gonna give us 6 years since you was here.
6 years since I've been here.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. After that interview went live, it was crazy, okay? I got so much blows. Alex Bruno, okay? Alex Bruno said Kamala is taking advantage of the man. I'm like, it's a grown-ass man. What do you mean?
They think I have all the answers to your question, but that's the way it is, because I'm not really into politics, but you see, first I'm Dominican.
Right.
Oh, I don't believe in the colors thing, but my heart is in Dominica. I'm here, but my heart. My wife would tell you every day I talk about Dominica. She even reaches found and she tell me, well, you just go. I said, but commitment got a hold on me. I got a 19-year-old, 18, 17, and 15-year-old. I can't just leave and go.
Yeah.
Born here, she's from Jamaica. So you see, I can't speak up and go. So, but yeah, are you there? I can't keep guys.
D, are you there? Guys. So tell me something. I'll put my PTSD aside for now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to do this interview. Tell me, what brought you to the United States 40, how many years ago?
Almost, without 40 years. Yeah.
40 years.
As usual, looking for greener pastures. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And I said, well, when I first left Dominica, I went to St. Martin. It was 1986. And I was over there on the run because of illegal jadam, which is immigration.
Yes.
Like ICE.
Correct.
So I have to be running. And I come to realization and say, look, I'm from Dominica, man. Why should I be in a foreign land?
Yeah.
Illegal running. So I went back home.
Mm-hmm.
But the night I was supposed to leave, some guy came to me and told me, yo, there's a yacht going to St. Thomas. I said, bro, I go nowhere illegal anymore. Though I have family in St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I went back home, 1986. At the time, my papers was in, because my brother filed.
Oh, so your papers were already in process?
In process, yes.
Got it.
But then I went to St. Thomas in 88, 80, something. Yeah, and then I met this, when I'm on my second marriage, I met this American lady down there, when she went back to New York. She was like, one day she told me, look, in order for the relationship to work, is either I come up here or she come back to St. Thomas. So I just figure, well, St. Thomas is a little, small place. Let me just try the US. And then I came here looking for greener pastures. But I'll be honest with you, from the time I landed in JFK, I was shocked. Because the whole vibes, because when you growing up little boy in Dominica, you hear about America, you think the streets was filled with gold and things. And I was surprised to see the amount of garbage. The homeless people sleeping on the roadside. I was like,
right.
And from there, I never really get excited. Sometimes you come up place and you get excited. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I never got excited in this place. Wow. There's places I've never been. I was an Uber driver a couple of years ago, and I remember one time I was driving, and I had this family aboard, and they asked me about certain, where they could go, what nice spot they could go to. And I tell them, I don't know. I just like, what do you mean you drive car? You don't know? And I explained to them, I don't know. Number one, I hate Manhattan. Mm-hmm. For it's so combust for me. I cannot take it in. Yes. So I never the World Trade Center. The only reason I knew the time it fell, I was working for the city at the time. So the next day, I was assigned to work there, and I worked there for 6 months. But Empire State Building and Statue of Liberty, I don't know.
You don't?
For matter of fact, I know nothing about the bus and the train here. And that's no lie. If I go to the train subway not to take the train, I have to ask questions.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
40 years later?
Yeah, 40 years later.
So I want to understand this. Mm-hmm. Is it that you were so let down by your first impression that you just lost interest?
I would say, I could maybe use the word let down, but I was taken back. Because when you look at the TV, because most times people's vision is television.
Sure.
They show you all the nice places. They don't always show you no slum.
Of course.
Don't like what they do in Africa. They never show you the nice place in Africa.
Correct.
But they show you the hungry children.
Correct.
And that's the same thing with the media.
Mhm.
And like they show you like everything is like, peaches and cream. Bright and creamy. You check and I was like, okay. I was like, whoa. Because when I first I was living in the Bronx. So on the way there, I was like, the taxi driver, and I was like, well, man, I can't be real, man. So I seen the one at the time, like, yo, D, what's this? I said, that is homeless people. And I'm like, wait a what? But then I just get adjusted to the situation. But
Right.
But my heart is in the air, man.
We're going to get to your heart being in Dominica in a while.
Uh-huh.
But so what was your first job?
My first job was security.
Mm-hmm.
I was a security guard, and I was looking for $4.25 an hour.
$4.25.
Yes, and then I think maybe like 6 months later they put it to $4.35, and then I remember I used to be on Fordham Road. I used to have this blue pants with a yellow stripe.
Yes.
And I remember Dominican guys used to walk up to me and tell me, bros, mommy papers, with green card, that's the kind of work you do. I say, boss, this is with me. I just get there. I had to do something.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I used to stand up maybe like the store would like maybe stand up all like 12 hours a day outside watching material. But I just come, I have to do something. I left my daughter right now. My first child, she's 41. I left her back home with my mom. I have to
Of course.
send something home because the same thing again, they make you believe that here is a bed of roses. So before, I didn't even think I had like a morning trip because even when I came here, right, I tried to further my education. I had enrolled in a college called Toro College on 125th Street. And I had to drop out because I couldn't work the 12 hours and still do school.
Correct.
So the lady at the time tell me, why don't you stop work and go to school for an education? I tell her, I cannot do that. She said, why? I said, I got a daughter to feed. So when I come and ask you for $1 for it to ask me, like, no. So I say, you know what? Responsibilities first. So I had to drop everything and then $4.25. Man.
But tell me something. So this is something I've been asking people that I interview on this platform. This comment that the person made to you is something that Caribbean people use against each other.
Yes.
When you migrate, people use it against you to say, well, you were this in Dominica or you were this in Antigua and now look at you doing this job and that job. What's your take on that?
My take, honestly, you see, right now, at my age, let me see, all right, let me get that to you. I think it's wrong because when you come here, you're starting all over again.
You are.
You're starting fresh. So you have to start, because the whole system is new. Even certain qualifications you have back home, it can't even work there. They don't recognize it. You have to go back to school. But the only thing I have going forward is there's a lot of people that was doing well back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a mistake they made. They get that green card, and first thing they do, they wouldn't come here and evaluate the situation. They give up everything. I mean, they were well off.
Right.
And when I say well off, I'm talking about decent job and thing, and then they would come here and struggle. Because, it's a struggle, sis. And nobody tell me, I've been through it. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they say the grass is green on the other side, there's no such thing. The grass is you.
Right.
You check? People talk about opportunities. There's opportunities everywhere. For a matter of fact, I had a friend that used to park his car ever so often in my yard to go to Trinidad. And when he used to come back and he used to tell me, boy, there's guys he went to school with that's doing much better than him. You check? Kind of a hustle.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to leave home here. Sometimes 4, 5, 6 in the morning to go to work, and you come back at night.
Yeah.
In Dominica, you walk home for lunch, man.
Yeah.
Paradise, luxury. But then we give it up and come there thinking, again, is what they teach us, what they tell us. Even like today, there's when guys go home for their little Creole thing and they go home and see, oh, they're making people believe, giving them the impression hell is well there, but it's not.
You're right.
But me though, when I go home, I tell people exactly how it is. I say, I'm not trying to discourage you. If you get the opportunity to go ahead. But when them guys come there, you know, making it believe as if it's all bright and it's not. Because sometimes when they go back, come back here, the same money they had Seaway, they needed there to pay their cell bill. The landlord looking for them. You understand? It's not fighting long or just trying to bash anyone.
Kojack is keeping
It's
it
real.
100%
It's real.
real.
100%. I'm not talking out of my behind, you know. I've been here. You check? I've been here for a minute, man. It's yeah.
So, what did you tell your family back home in Dominica when you first got here and the realization was like, oh, God damn, this is not what I thought.
Well,
And you know what the relationship is.
right,
Once, especially developed countries, but especially America,
right.
the perception is, like you said, the grass is green, everything is great, you're making money, this and that. So did you tell your family back home?
No,
the
I
reality
told
of what was
my
going on?
mom. I told my mom the real deal. I said, but guess what? I will. I gonna make it work because at the end of the day, is your mind controls the body. I didn't get discouraged. Where I wouldn't. I say, you know, I made it work. You know, I honest to you. I have to tell myself I did accomplish a lot here in the time I was here.
Tell me about that.
But back in the time I came here, it was much better. Things was different.
In the 80s.
Yeah, it's right now, you know, things are kind of away, especially this present time. Look at the leader we have. I think they say America is falling. I think it has fallen. It's just a matter of time for it to crash. Look at the president they have, the leader. A 54-time felon, man.
But the people get who they want, though, right?
No. But you know what I come to realize? Presidents are selected, they are not elected. They don't. And I will dye my boots on. I go watching the camera.
That is not a fact.
Presidents are selected.
That is not a fact.
Yes, Hillary Clinton beat okay, back in Dominica, how do you go by the popularity votes, right? Who get the most votes win the election, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Hillary
Actually, it's not who gets the most vote.
Okay.
It's who gets the most number of constituencies.
Okay.
Because we've had in Dominica's history, and we're not going to talk politics.
No.
We're not going to turn this into a political interview, which can happen very quickly.
Right. It's easy to go.
But we've had in Dominica's history in politics where in 2000,
right,
when the Labour Party formed the government, the United Workers' Party had the popular vote. They had the most number of votes, even if the Dominica Labour Party had the most seats. So that can happen. So, for example, here's how it can happen. If you win the constituencies where there are the most number of people, so let's say you win Roseau Central, you win Roseau South, you know, Roseau North, like big constituencies. And then another party wins Wesley, Vacas, you know, smaller constituencies. You can end up with individual votes being more, but the number of constituencies the other person wins.
Well, okay, no, I understand, but yeah. I will dye my boots on.
He's dying with his boots on.
Electoral. They choose. Let's look at the time of Obama. Nobody knew of Obama, right? Obama just come on the scene. All these guys have an agenda. You think what we've seen in America today, that's also all planned. Donald Trump was supposed to do that in his second term, which he lost. So they had 4 years to plan it, and now they have 4 years to execute what we're going through right now in America, and nobody can tell me otherwise. It's all planned, man. It's reality. The truth doesn't, listen to me, the truth doesn't need nowhere to stand on it. You know, you can't hide a light, right? By putting it underneath the bed, it's still going to shine bright. So, what we're going through in America right now is just all by design.
That is not a fact.
Yes.
I just want to put that disclaimer.
Yeah.
But did you tell your people, your family, what was really going on, what your experience was
Yes.
when you first came?
Yeah, when I told them, like, you know, the subways, the things I thought that was like needed to be said, because I say the streets, I never thought I would see a pothole, you know, and just that the image they painted about America, I was taken back when I first came here, but I made it work.
You saying that, right? You
Mhm.
made it work, and I want to understand what that means before I ask you the other question. What do you mean by that? You say you made it work.
Yeah, I went to work, even if I was working $4.25, but I know every Friday, you know, I had a small check coming. I was able to send home, which I never forget home. I'm not the kind of people that came there and never. I always send. For matter of fact, the first thing I had to come out from my salary was my mother's money. I didn't care if I miss a bill, but once that portion come and go home, I felt, you know, like when you go to
good about
when you go to the river and you wash your clothes and all your clothes dry and you have no dirty clothes at all. It's like a high for me. So, you know, I made it work, man. When I was, regardless of how small it was, I cut it a lot of things out, like partying. I remember one time some guy came home and get me, and we went on the train to Manhattan Summit to a party. And when I came back outside that morning, daybreak, among the snow was out there, I jumped on the train, fell asleep, passed my stop. I never, ever went on a train again to go to a party.
You did not.
I did not. I'll tell you, when it comes to my mind, I could stop on a dime. I'll give you a little history. In 1986, when I went to St. Martin, I was doing a little job. There was a Lucian guy, construction guy, working doing an extension on a hotel called Liquor Bay. Some guy, give me the heads up. I went there, I got a job. The guy was paying $5 an hour to do steel bending. So when I went there, he asked me like, I can bend steel. I know how to bend steel, but yes, I told him yes.
Of course.
I went to him, well, come tomorrow with your pliers. Sister, I went back to French Quarter. I got a plier that it had to overnight in oil. I get there. He put me with 2 Dominicans to it. And in half an hour's time, you couldn't tell. That was the first time I was tying steel. You understand? And maybe a week, 2 weeks into, I remember one night I was hanging in sandy ground. That night I got paid. I had $500 in my pocket. And these guys introduced me to crack cocaine. So they tell me, well, that time I used to be in my heart with smoker. So I figured, let me try something new. So we're all like patching, they call it. I put a 20, you put a 20, and you go buy a Porsche and you smoke it when you finish. So we keep patching. Every time we finish, you check. A certain time I touched my pocket and there was nothing left.
The
$500 was gone in about an hour.
Stop it.
I kid you not. And the thing about this crack thing, you don't get, it's like you drink alcohol and after a certain time you get high, or smoke when you get an extra high you can control. Crack is not like that. You crave. You just, you don't get high, you just want more.
Right.
So when I touched my pocket, I was thirsty, man. That time beer was $1. $1. And then I said, wait a while. Couldn't buy a beer.
$1.
So I tell them, guys, wait a while. So I say, yo, that's it for me, man. I touching that thing. They tell me, oh, when you start, you cannot stop. I say, bro, you gotta be a fool. I just had $500. And it's gone. 1986, never.
You're disciplined.
No, that's what the way I am. I would just stop on a dime. Anything I doing, I don't need to go to rehab or nothing. I don't need to go and sit down with no shrink. What my mind tell me is wrong, and I like to look in the mirror, speak to myself. I tell myself, yo, what's your destination? Bro?
Yeah.
At the time I still had my daughter Dominica, I said, look at that. I haven't sent $1 home.
Yeah.
And sis, no, never in my life.
That is amazing. So here's what I want to know. You had that experience coming to the United States. Your illusions were gone in 2.5 seconds, landing at JFK. What made you stay and not decide to go back?
Well, I came there. Well, honest to you, back home, I had nothing to show. I just smoke weed, sell weed.
Got it.
So I just figure, you know what? I think I can make it work. You know, like, I mean, in spite of everything else, if I work, because like I say, you know, things work for you if you push towards it. I won't sit down and say, oh, God is good. I will continue working, and while working, I say, God is good.
Right.
You check? Because he makes a way for you. Once you have the ambition, and I think I have that. You understand?
That.
Yeah, I have
is
the
facts.
ambition, yes.
See, I tell him what is fact and what is not. No, that's truth. That's truth. So, what would you say was the hardest thing? The hardest thing that you had to go through, you know, transitioning from being in Dominica, because you talk about it.
Yeah.
Dominica is in your heart.
Yeah.
And so living here, you had to make it work.
Yes.
What was the most difficult thing?
Winter. Winter. Up to a day like today, I've never adjusted.
And you live in New York, so it's terrible.
I'll tell you.
It's
no, but
rough.
I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
winter is not like before, though.
It's better. It's better.
Yeah, man. Winter snow, we had this snow, you know.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're not bad, man.
Yeah,
I mean, when it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I see what you mean.
But then even have people like, and when it's hot, which some people, even not just people from Dominica, say they rather the coldness more than the heat. And I think you have to be crazy to even say that. If you tell me you rather springtime,
Yes.
I can understand.
Yes.
Or you could tell me you could rather the winter.
Yes.
I had an experience one time because I worked for New York City department for 25 years. I had one night, I was working on the waterman break. It was like 10 below zero. And I cried like a baby.
10 below zero.
I was out there wet. My cold was coming, turning to ice.
Yeah.
I tell myself, I'm from paradise, bro. What am I? What about just to make $1, bro? The check, and I was like, I never get. I don't know, man. It's like right now I'm retired. Whenever you see get cold outside there, my heart goes out to people and have to travel.
Every immigrant asks themselves this question at some point.
Yes.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
You know how many times I ask myself that question? What am I doing? But honestly, it wasn't for my family right now. I've gone back home a long time ago. You would? Yes. Let me tell you something.
But you decided to make it work. So it seems to me, and especially based on how your mind works, you one from just speaking to you, right? What I glean is, one, you're very disciplined, and two, you're goal oriented.
Yes.
So you will just take off the bullshit and just go towards where you're going.
Right.
So when you decided you're going to make it work, you decided you're going to make it work. And so you're not going to put back in your mind, Dominica going back home. You know what I mean?
What?
But am I wrong? So you still continue to think about it.
You see why I saw Dominica?
Yeah.
You know, when you see like when you leave home and you go to work to come back home?
Yeah.
When I left Dominica to come there, that was my goal. And I'll tell you, the night before I left home, I went on my knees and asked the good Lord to open ways from check. Let me reach a certain goal at a certain age. And then by 2000, that's when my girl and myself, may as well rest in peace, Karen, he bought this house. And then, to me right now, I think I'm maxed out. Yeah.
Maxed out.
And I think right now, I want to go back home where I could. Let me tell you something. People have Dominic, I could speak for the Caribbean on a whole, but I'm gonna specify in Dominica. These people have no clue how good they have it home.
Tell me about that.
They watch television, they see all kind of a thing, but they have no idea. When you could grow something in your backyard, you could go see, let me tell you something. I don't mind people come here and look to the local shopping and experience it, guys, but there's no place. And you know what is so sad? I'll tell you, that a lot of people from the Caribbean, I think maybe at least 75% of people from the Caribbean is up here. When I say struggling, I won't say like to eat and thing, but it's a grind, sis. Some of them are to work 2 or 3 jobs, man, just to make ends meet. You check? The homes we buy there, we will never own it. If I had to live my life again, I'll never buy a house in America.
You would not?
No, because you don't own it. No, that is Dominica. You buy a piece of land, that is yours. That's not my land. You don't own no. I don't know if you know about that, but I don't know maybe where you live in. But my wife is into real estate. You'd have certain, maybe like Florida and certain places, but New York City, you don't know. No, man, you don't own that land. For matter of fact, right? I was thinking of putting an extension out over my house. And when I did my research, you know what they told me? That the person that owned that house before sold the air rights to the next generation.
I see what you mean.
That's not your house.
There are various restrictions based on where you live.
Yes.
And there are some things that you will never be able to do.
No.
Based on the property that you're and the space that.
But there's places you don't own the land.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So Tennessee, we don't have that situation.
Why would I buy a house?
You have to come to Tennessee.
Yes. Let me see when I live
Nashville.
there. When I live there, I go home.
Do you plan on going back to them?
Of course.
You do.
2017, I went back. No. Yes, 2017. I convinced my wife, which is Jamaican,
Yes.
to come to Dominica.
That's hard.
Yes.
That's a hard deal.
We rented a ride. Never in my life I ever rented a ride. But I don't really know Dominica like driving, so I had my boy Sulka, Kenrick Emmanuel.
Right.
He drove us all around Dominica. And she had loved us. That time the medical school was still there.
She's a smart lady.
Yeah, she loved Posse. So I tell her, well, Posse, what it is. Guess what? We came back, had to put things in prospect. 2 months later, Maria passed. You had no clue how that thing. I don't think, boy, let me tell you something. I don't think I ever recover from that thing. And then when I saw pictures and they said that you're going to take Dominica 50 years to get back on track. Yeah.
So, what are the things from your perspective that you think people in Dominica specifically and in the Caribbean in general don't understand that they have, that they cannot have elsewhere?
Because I'll tell you what it is, they don't understand because, you see, they don't appreciate what they have. It's like sometimes even like in a relationship, sometimes a guy has a good girl or a girl has a good guy and, you know, he tries best to get her. Once he get her, you know, once he forget the nice things he used to say, you know, come out of her name, no more flowers.
Yeah.
She herself coming to bed with jeans pants.
Well, you had to throw that in.
So I think imagine that one time this guy from St. Vincent, I met him in New York some time ago, and he called me and told me he was on some mission in Dominica with some Lucians, couple of them from different. And he tell me, he might tell me Dominicans have no clue what they have. He might tell me that they have no idea how beautiful, and that's what it is. We take the air for granted, you know, certainly, because it's the tourists and them, they come from and they see something different. And I think it's a kind of a hard to use when you grew up in something, you have to go out there and see, maybe come and see, feel the misery, feel the cold and thing, and then you learn to appreciate them. Because I think that's what it is, because everybody's crying that things are hard in Dominica. Things are hard everywhere.
Yeah.
That's it. Again, all the years I made, the hardest I ever seen in America.
It's the hardest.
You go to the supermarket once upon a time, $200 could give you a couple of bags. Right now, 2 bags, you know. And the food is garbage. It is, though. Even what they call organic is garbage. Right? Cucumbers, you put them thing in your... For instance, the other day, my wife went and she bought some, she loved, for fried plantains, Jamaica. she bought some plantains. When we took it in the store, the thing was, we call it pretty, the thing was nice and yellow. We brought it home. The next day, the plantain was so black, you couldn't believe that was the same plantain. So I say, it has to be some, a certain thing in the supermarket that keeps that thing yellow, because I brought it home. And when it come the next day, well, you saw the thing was sitting there for weeks. Food, man. But everybody maybe need to come out there and see, but then they'll appreciate them.
Seems to me that your advice to Caribbean people is do not come to the
No.
jungle.
My advice is to you, appreciate what you have. You can come and see for yourself, But the picture the people painting, especially when people come home on vacation, some of them in advance go by Walmart and buy cheap clothes and want to come and change every day for you. Don't fall for that. It's just an illusion, because a lot of them, when they come back, the landlord looking for them for his rent, their cell phone does disconnect. And I'm telling you, some of them have to work 2 free jobs. And you know what a job is? Just over broke. What's your one paycheck from being homeless? I'm serious. It is, though. It's let me tell you something, right? There's places, and I'm not bashing anybody.
No?
But there's places.
You said you're not
I see people living in America. I would rather go back home than to live in that condition.
Yeah, you would.
You crazy? You think I was living in a basement where just cold and liquid and mice and that? For what? I'd go back home. Because there's no way I'm supposed to be living like that. No way.
But if you have a goal, though, based on what you just said, based on what you said, you're gonna make it work for a while, and then you have a goal that you're trying to get to. I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm just being devil's advocate.
You know how much people have around here 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and can't go back home because their people died.
Yeah.
Why? How could you be? Let me tell you something. I was grateful to come there on a green card. I'm telling you, if I'd come there illegal, in a matter of 6 months, I'd be straight. I would find me some nice girl and marry. You check? I would not stay in another man's country. You know what it is too? You cannot go certain places. You're restricted, man. Or you're driving and the police pull you over. You see me? When you see the police pull me over, when my window's down, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
You want to go in the trunk? Go ahead.
Absolutely.
I'm clean like obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, right now with this type of that ice thing there, come on, you're free to go on the train.
Yeah. Have your kids gone to Dominica? Like, what do you tell them about?
No, well, when I tell them about Dominica, well, what do them the Yankees? They first ask me about bugs, if there's bugs. Personally, I used to eat bugs. Because there's something, a little fruit fly. Them
of course, the American kids are going to ask.
Yeah, they see that little fly.
Are there bugs?
Oh man, that's their greatest, that's their biggest fear, man. Sometimes I look over and see some little fly inside the house and they would go crazy. So yeah, but I tell them about home all the time, how beautiful there is, And my intention was to bring them back, to bring them there to see there, but then I get, I feel sick and things. So, but I have to bring them, and right now they have age now. You see, once upon them, if I brought them, they're younger, they will remember. So they're 19, 18, 17, and 15. Right. So at least they'll remember.
Yeah.
But they have to see them, man. And when I fix Buffet State, I tell them, I gotta make it a way to accommodate them. And when they're tired of here, because I tell them once when they come home, they don't want to stay there anymore longer. Come on. When you look at the river, come on, man. How beautiful Dominica is.
It is. There's no question about it. There's no question.
You know what? Sometimes I think that is sad. I mean, let's call it sad. I mean, some of us leave and come to the mainland. But it I would say bothers me. But when I see our people living and going St. Lucia, Antigua, go. Then look at places like checking boy.
Why does it bother you?
Because whatever they have, I know our place is more beautiful than there. What is it though? You know what I'm saying?
But it depends on what you're looking for. And I think everybody has something that they're looking for.
No, trust me, everybody that live in Dominica already send kids and thing. It's all about the bench. It's all about money.
Yeah.
And nothing. You can never tell me you live in Dominica and to Antigua for something.
And that's something that you're looking for. Huh? And that's something.
Yeah, but again, I could see you coming to the mainland. There's no way a Dominican should have to leave Dominica around to Antigua and a place to look for. No. Something had to be wrong, sis. There's no way. Me personally, it had to be. Because, when I was growing up, even Guadeloupe I want to go, Them places too close people to run to there. To do what? You understand? I could understand England, Canada, the mainland. I think you can make a way better out there. That is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. But when a Dominican have to go to them little places to survive, I think something is wrong. They have to do something. Something has to be done. That is just my opinion again. Because there's no way you have to leave Dominica. The pleasure is you can go in your backyard and just pick a little cabbage. Your friend and sister, everybody go to a place I don't have no. Imagine I used to be St. Thomas, I used to tell myself, but that's a river, man. Coming from a place like so that's my take, though.
I'm curious, you spoke about it, just we touched on it, that you got sick recently.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you tell me how much you want to talk about it. And you lost your leg.
Yes.
How much has that changed the quality of your life living here? And does it change how you view all the decisions that you've made?
No.
Here?
No. I'll tell you, I maintain. Well, they diagnosed me with diabetes and high blood pressure. The high blood pressure, I don't believe. The diabetes.
You don't believe it?
No. Then I'll come to that. And I say, if I was in Dominica, living in Dominica, I would tell you, there's no way Fitzroy, Augustus, a.k.a. Kojack and Sani, I could never be diabetic in Dominica. Because, no, you're crazy from eating. I used to play, how much time I used to play ball? I used to go to the Windsor back at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? Come home, go do my little work, come back at 4 in the afternoon. You check the food I eat. Here's the first place I eat leftovers, cold food. Like, the food we eat here is, listen to me, you don't even get a chance to work out. You don't get a chance to really play, it's just work. So, always in a car. So, you can get a little time to go to the gym or something. So, I'm saying to say, if I was in Dominica, there's no way I'll be in that situation. I know that. I'm not asking anybody.
Sure. No, I appreciate your experience.
Mm-hmm.
But again, me coming from the background that I come from, meaning journalism, I always have to inject facts, right?
Right.
And here's a sobering fact. And again, I respect your perspective and what you think your experience would have been. A sobering fact is that Dominica is consumed with what we know as CNCDs, including diabetes and high blood pressure.
No?
It has been an epidemic from more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
Listen,
okay.
An epidemic.
Why is that?
And an epidemic is something that has gone beyond just the normal.
So why do you think that is?
And I'm not a medical professional.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm not going to guess.
I'm going to tell you why. Can I tell you why?
I just want to put it out there.
Can I tell you why?
Tell me.
Because we don't eat the way we eat no more.
Yeah.
You growing up, I never know as Nassif and as Richard and Stefan selling cook food. Never I knew that.
Right.
When we used to cook back home, was side, celery, parsley, onion, garlic. Right now it's onion salt, garlic salt, seasoning salt.
Right.
When I was I ended up going to stuff about hospital and healthcare. What you don't understand, healthcare starts with you. Your food. your food, I'll say, what you eat is your food is your medicine.
Right.
And if that is not, then your medicine will become your food.
Right.
So this last 10 years is the way, look, KFC, look, when you look at KFC kind of line, we have those young girls today, their stomach is the same size as they're behind. Is what is the way they eat it now. Eating all this imported thing. When I was growing up, my girl, it's old people that used to die. Old people that used to be in hospital when you go on a Sunday visit Alford Ward, them Ward, Emery Ward. I remember like this yesterday. So today people said, oh, we have this hospital and before you reach here, you're dying. You cannot blame the hospital. You can't blame the government. You have to blame what you eating. It's what we eating today. It's what we eating. That turning us into them zombies. You check? Look at the consumption, all the much alcohol the kids consuming today. When I was growing up, I remember when I go out to a little what they call it, we drink a little thing. This boy's drinking 24/7. What do you think they're gonna do you? It's sugar. They're not playing ball like we used to play ball. So the epidemic, the people brought that on themselves. And I always tell guys, when you talk about health, you cannot speak health. Yeah. Let me tell you something. There's certain hospitals here you don't want to go to. There's one in Brooklyn, they call it Brookdale, but I call it, if you want to die, go there, they call it Devdale. You check? So when people try to do something like bash the DA and say all kind of questioning, I don't like to hear that, man.
Yeah.
It starts with you, man. What you eat, what you put inside you, that comes out. Yeah.
I respect that.
So the epidemic you're talking about there, 10 years ago?
Yeah, I'm just putting it at
I know, I understand.
It's probably a little longer,
Yeah.
but I'm just putting it at that safely. Yeah. But I'm curious about, but you say it has not changed your perspective on the decisions that you made back then.
No.
I don't think so.
Back then, I tell you, because I honestly, when I came there, I changed a lot from the kind of way I was growing up in Dominica. I used to be a little coward. When carnival come from San Digua, whenever the police used to lock me up so they have less problem in them. I came there and never get in trouble with the law. Never. Because I if I am away from home, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You check?
Nobody knows your name.
Nobody knows my name.
Nobody knows.
And I get 3 strikes against me.
Yeah.
I'm black.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I have to walk that straight and narrow way. But there's always little things, when you look back at life, you say that you would do different. But nothing, And even with my prosthetic leg, it still have this freedom. It even make me wise. Because right now, mentally,
yeah.
Sis, everything. I think that is, you see some people have PhD and bachelor's. To me, the greatest achievement a man can have, okay, is the renewing of his mind. Your mind is has to play a big factor. I don't want to have you look at it, no, but because you still have guys that have all these accomplishments and still, so can I use the word playing the ass with themselves?
Yes.
You check? You wonder if they have any common sense. You understand? Like, so I just say, right? So the mindset, man, I reach a stage where, a lot of things I've learned growing up, I unlearn them because when I look at, like, for instance, they call us minorities and the struggle black people going through. Because my thing is, that's Bob Marley say, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. But see what we're doing. We were enslaved for so long, right? They claim we're free. But the same things our slave masters taught us, we're still living by them today. So how are you going to emancipate yourself?
Like what, for example?
Huh? For instance, see, there's some people now, they would church. Make people have to go to work and give a pastor man 10% of their salary. In the meantime, that man living on the hill somewhere come to thing on a helicopter where you take the chain and the bus to go.
He's against tithing.
Yes, big time. Fools go to church on Sundays. Then some of us parents, what you do? You work hard, 2 free jobs, buy your child his little gift and thing. Tell him go to sleep early because Santa have to come down the chimney. What kind of so there's a lot of things. All these holidays we celebrating.
Let me give you a story about Santa, right? So, I have a 7-year-old son.
Yeah.
He has 2 parents from the Caribbean, specifically from Dominica. You don't talk about Santa ever. He's 7 years old.
Right.
He's only gone to school in the United States.
Right.
But obviously he's greatly influenced by his house.
Yes.
So they brought Santa to the school, and Oluchi is looking at Santa like, bro, I'm not sitting on your lap.
No.
Okay. So the teacher
That's
called
obligation.
me, and the teacher said, Oluchi does not want to sit on Santa's lap.
Why you want
She's
to?
very curious about that. So I told her, Oluchi does not have socialization of Santa.
Right.
He does not. His parents are from the Caribbean. He is very Americanized
Yeah.
in school,
Right.
but at home he has a very strong Caribbean culture.
Right.
So we don't talk about Santa. There's no Santa. We did not have Santa in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
We don't even have chimneys
Chimney.
in the Caribbean. So
Right.
there's no Oluchi's not socialized with Santa. She's like,
You still
oh,
practice this
I
stuff.
get it. So
Yeah.
she understood.
Because another thing too, here too, is another thing that people saying, oh, like my wife doesn't even say the same thing. Oh, these children today are different. My brother, I always say no. They don't tell me that the day I'm cutting my old ways. I'm from the old school. If you're from the Caribbean, right? Caribbean parents, you know how we was brought up. We get licks back home, but we wasn't abused. We get licks because we step out of line. Right? Why would I come to America and raise my child differently? And I know because the discipline I was raised with, that's what had me grounded today.
Yes.
I was raised by a single mother, 4 boys. And another nonsense they have said, a woman carries a boy. That is BS.
You think so?
Okay?
I don't.
I was raised by a warrior. Woman. You hear her name? That's 2 in 1. Woman. You check? Let me tell you something. I don't think men give, well, maybe I could say I was so once upon a time. I don't think men give women enough props.
Yeah.
Especially a woman that bring a child for you, brother. You have to respect that woman. Because I see all my children born C-section. And I always tell them, boys, if you want to see good in life, respect your mom. Because what your mother went through to brought you into this world. I see they put some kind of a needles in her back. And I know any wrong move, that woman could be paralyzed. Facts. Open her, take out her baby. Once you open, you're not putting that thing back the way you made it.
It's ever. Ever.
So I don't think we give women enough credit. Well, I say I was so once upon a time until I start, you know. But anytime a woman bring, especially a woman that bring forth a child, because you can kill a man, but when you kill a woman, you kill a village, man. Yeah, yeah. So it's just, you know, the things that, yeah, come on. Because I have some boys that when I'm ready, man, I say, boss, all this step of line, out of line, I'm gonna bust all the end. I don't give a damn how much police. Imagine, I'll give you a story of my daughter is 41 years old, the first one. And I had, you know, look at restrictions and things. And one day, the rookie coming home late. Well, she was supposed to come home late, but she came at like 6 o'clock, and she came with 2 policemen. I rushed her right in front of them police. I tell them boys, they can't save you. Can I? See, that's why when they give me the moment. For hard times, I just say, I call your father, what your father, and I just change the tone, the bass tone, and
Absolutely.
And the reason why I'm like that too, you know, I say, from like I think I was 14 years old, I tell myself, there's no way I could bring a seed into this world and do, you know. Because I say I had no father, I never know my father. I could know my father on my own big boy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, when I start dealing with women, some women not know. That's why you have to be careful of who you make children with. Because some women are not easy.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. Some women are not that's why you see some men who just say, no, to hell with it and leave. It's just because of, but you know, that doesn't give an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because you plant that seed there, but don't do something. I tell my boys that all the time, be careful. Be careful of who you're making children with, my brother. Yeah. Because I think could haunt you for the rest of your life.
Forever.
Yes.
I believe that 100%. That having a child, you have to have a child with the right person.
Yes.
I believe that.
Yes.
Yeah. We could talk forever.
I know.
I like your
We
vibe.
can do part two, then we always do a part two.
Facts. I'm curious about how you ended up with all this. All this.
Well,
Which one
I
showed you?
have a passion for music.
Yes.
Because I remember one my older brother, he passed me, so rest in peace. The first time he came there, well, the garage full of sound system. And he saw this setup and he was like, "No, I cannot believe you continue like that." I said, "What you talking about?" The man say, when I was baby, on the bed, and once I hear music play, I used to move. Understand?
Right.
That is my first love. You see, when we come here, a lot of time my wife was complaining and tell me, I'll come there in the morning, I won't go up until I'm ready to go to bed. Or when I look outside there, the sun comes up.
Right.
Yeah, because you see all the music back there.
Yeah.
I love music. That's my first love. It doesn't say no to me. Yeah, I love my music, man. I love. And she calls me a holder because, if, for instance, you see this right there, that was the first ever DJ control. You know when the guys DJing it today,
Right.
that was the first ever control that ever come out. You saw some of this, and that right there now is the real size they use it. So you see them,
Wow.
you see this,
The difference, yeah.
and that came after, and everything I have is old. When I say old, you see, if I buy a thing for 99 cents, it becomes valuable to me. No matter how much I pay for it, once I buy it, it becomes precious to me. Everything I have inside there. That's why nobody comes inside and touch nothing. I don't play that game. Children have their toys. You cannot come. The children, they come in there. They know not to come in there. That is my sanctuary. That is my
Your
space.
safe space.
My
Your
safe
haven.
space.
Yeah. So when did you decide that you were going to go into this direction to start up an internet radio station and all of that? When did you?
Well, I used to DJ, and then I come one time I was driving. I think back in the days, guys used to have like underground, internet radio station and I think the frequency something came across, and I heard the thing and I said, "Wait a while, I like that song, like, because when I reach a certain part, it cut off. So then I look into it and I realize, all you need is a software, computer. It was like a laptop, because, for instance, one of my DJs, Don Zai, he DJs from Florida, and just decided, you know what, I already love the music, so let me just, get involved. So I pay like $25 for to go for a silver. I think the guys are in the Philippines. Yeah, so I stream through their silver, and then as time goes by, because when you came there, that was nothing like that, right?
That's true.
So I keep buying little pieces. Right now, this is like I still have this mixed in, but that one is like more digital. That's analog, But I mix them together,
Right.
Yeah.
Are you where you want to be
In life.
in life as an immigrant?
Because where I want to be is home, though. And honestly, I would like, in spite of every day hustle, I think I did well for myself.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say that, because sometimes in life, some things just take a little time and you think, oh, it's too late. No, everything has a time.
And tell me what that means for you, that you did well for yourself. What does that mean for you?
Okay, because I had a good city job. I worked 25 years there. I'm retired, but I live on a pension. Well, I'm on Social Security disability. You check. I have enough equity in my house. If I sell this house, then now I have enough equity. Because I bought this house for at the time $150, which is I still maybe have liquidity on it.
Yeah.
You check. Then even with my pension, and my disability, you know, I could live just like Scary in America.
We don't know what that means exactly.
That's just a joke. But I could live comfortable, man. Live nice. You check? So I see that as an accomplishment, you know?
Yeah.
I see that like, yes, because sometimes, you see, sometimes you wish sometimes you have your finances, but what you see, peace of mind,
Yeah.
that's priceless. You cannot buy that. You can't buy peace of mind, you can't buy happiness.
Yeah.
And I think, and I cannot lie to you, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by, family, and I'm good, man. Because a lot of times, sometimes we think we need so much
Yes.
to be on this. No. Because the thing is, when your time comes, you're not good enough. All this thing have to stay behind. You check? All this thing have to stay behind. Yeah. So right now, I live in every day like it's my last day. Tomorrow is an illusion to me. Because you don't know what the next 5 minutes bring in. Because we could be doing an interview there by the time you maybe are not calling that, but time you go home and you edit and the next thing somebody tell you about Kojack pass, you're like, what? You check? But yeah, it's reality.
Yeah.
As Chubby say, pass it, pass it. So you don't have to make the best out of it. Appreciate your loved ones. I don't hold no grudges. If me and you cool and something happen, I will tell you in your face.
Yeah.
I say, come and like here, the kids then, and I leave it alone. Once I speak my mind, I don't hold nobody on I'll let you. No.
Yeah.
I might curse you out. But
After you curse them out, you're done.
yes, my brother. Done, hell yeah. But nobody cannot do. I don't make nobody rub my joint. You understand? And I don't care what. I don't think. Not think now. I don't care what nobody. You see, they always saying sticks and stones can break my bones. Would scare me no man. What a man say of me can never hurt me.
Yeah.
No, I don't give. They say, oh, we just cut deep. No, who is you to try to make me feel away? You understand? I'm not there to live up to nobody's expectation. You understand? You think of me, that doesn't determine where I'm going in life. That is you. There's a song saying, you study in me, I study in me, so who's studying you? So, since man, right now I just leave him. Now, I wouldn't say carefree, but I free, man. I free. And I tell you, free mentally.
Yeah.
Nothing stresses me out. Imagine for matter of fact, the other day, I was behind on a bill, and this guy called me. So I answered the phone. He said, Mr. Augustus, I said, yeah. He said, he tell me, he said, you know where you be here? I said, yeah. So I say, he tell me, can you make a payment today? I said, no. He tell me, so you don't have a family member? I said, well, I said, excuse me? I said, well, can you make a payment for me? So the phone went silent. I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, I'm here. I said, can you make a payment? Tell me, I don't have it. Say, just what I'm telling you. And when I have it, you'll get it. And I just hang up. So some people would figure, boy, they call, no, nothing. Imagine once upon a time, right? I used to worry about my kids. When I look at this, the way the world is, right,
Yeah.
today we live in. And I said, but what my children is going to be in the future? What if I have passed tomorrow? What will happen to them? And guess what? I come to realize, you passed. There's nothing you can do. They're going to survive. So that's why I instill in them every day. I know sometimes they say, Daddy, something like a broken record. But I tell them, what I'm telling you today is going to come to pass. And that is going to strengthen you when that time comes. The other day, my 41-year-old daughter called me and she told me, boy, Daddy, if I still listen to you, I'll be further in life. I said, don't worry, at least you remember I should talk to you. Yes. Right now, Kamala, I just enjoy it, man. You see,
I know.
I just enjoying life, man. I don't, I not rich. Well, I rich in resources, in life. That is richness, because there's, how many people went to bed last night and didn't wake up this morning? Or woke up and they're bedridden in a wheelchair with their 2 legs. I have 1.5.
Said 1.5.
But I good to go. I still drive in, I still, I'm alive, man.
Yeah.
Giving thanks.
And I give thanks to you. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
Here's a final thing I want to ask you. Do you have any advice for anybody, immigrants living here, people thinking about becoming an immigrant, people from the Caribbean, what would you say to them?
Well, I'll say to you guys, ain't nothing wrong in coming here because certain people make certain things, make things work for them, you check? And those who are already there, you just have to just be positive, you know. Remember, you came on a mission. You have to put the party behind, you know, the brand name things behind, and just save. You just find another way to send your money back home. Like, you know, you have National Bank, you have Chase and American Bank of America that's linked to it. You don't need nobody you don't need to send your money home for nobody to eat it. You can just send it directly home, you know, and just whenever you come there, man, just whatever mindset you come in, don't lose focus. You check, you have to stick to the process. Because it's a process, bro. It's a process. You don't work overnight. The illusion they give you about, yes, they have a bag of, you know, they have a money tree. That is not true. You have to bust your behind, especially when it get cold, bro. Trust me, when it's cold, and when it's hot. So you come in here, man, just have, you know, open mind. Because a lot of people will be disappointed. Yeah. That's nice.
Kojack of VTJM Radio. What a pleasure to have you pull up on the Caribbean Immigrant. I'm Kamala Aaron. This has been another edition of the Caribbean Immigrant. I look forward to having you pull up again next time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you and keep up the good work, man. Give it up.
Yo, you are something else.